last 2 years in the Indian handset market was all about David taking on Goliath, with homegrown manufacturers eating into shares of the global giants. But that was as far as round one was concerned. Come Q2 of 2011, and round two seems to be favoring the Goliaths, with global handset players transforming into comeback kings. Players like Nokia and Samsung have finally got their act together and have started gaining some serious momentum. Tara Kapoor spoke to a variety of people to find out what's caused this sudden change of dynamics.
Meet Krish Chauhan. All of 27, lives in Mumbai, swears by Levi's, uses Axe deodorant, drives a Hyundai Accent, and owns a Micromax mobile.
It's lovely.
His next big purchase, a fancy handset that, apart from having all the features, also has to be a brand. He's upped his budget and is ready to dole out a smooth 10 to 15,000 for it. And he isn't the only one. Digest this. A whopping 60% of the handset sales in India in 2011 were upgrades. And this desire to upscale is one of the key reasons why the handset market dynamics are fast changing. So much so that if the last 2 years marked the rise of the homegrown heroes, the next two will witness the resurgence of the global giants.
The intensity of competition took everybody by surprise. There was a degree of slowdown in the second half of the year. The kind of growth that we had been witnessing is something which reduced a little. The terms of trade started changing. Some of the big players ended up getting into huge credit and very heavy discounting in the market. That put a different kind of pressure on the entire industry in terms of profitability, as well as a degree of the healthy kind of growth that we had been witnessing until recently.
And the numbers further validate this developing story. Post the first quarter of 2011, homegrown manufacturers such as Micromax, Carbon Mobile and Spice have slowly started shedding market share to the 5 big global giants, namely Nokia, Samsung, BlackBerry, HTC and LG.
For the last 3 quarters, you will see that their share is almost growing by 1% or 2%. Now, 1% and 2% might look very small, but you need to look at they are actually beating the market growth. So the market is also growing at over 10% per year, and in that they are able to increase their market share.
After phenomenal growth for the past few years, several factors in the latter part of 2011 turned the tables back around.
The dollar appreciated very sharply, and a lot of players could not really take up the challenges of the fluctuating forex market. And also in the process, because they were sitting on inventory, started liquidating whatever stocks they had. And so we found a very aggressive price, competition which emerged. So I think it's been very, very challenging for, players like Spice in the recent past.
Actually, the Indian manufacturers are, in most cases, brands who have a distribution network in the country, but the manufacturing is out of, China, Taiwan, and Korea. So what has happened is that there was a sharp run up in the dollar, and that impacted the gross margins very seriously.
Local players took advantage of the fact that the global giants were sitting pretty in their comfort zones and snoozing while the Indian mobile market was changing swiftly. But after a rude wake-up call, global players have upped their game and have gone all out to get down and dirty. So the dual SIM phones was where local handset manufacturers found their first breakthrough. Apart from entry-level phones, branded handset players, despite being late, have managed to deliver the same products with better technology and packaging.
Over the last few years, dual SIM ended up becoming almost 40-45% of the total market. Now, if the wisdom with the global players indicated that not to participate in that space, obviously they had to lose. That dual SIM market continues to grow even today. by choosing to participate in that space, they have obviously picked up share. What has happened to the homegrown players like us is we have continued to grow on volumes, but with the kind of intensity of competition that we are seeing, the values and the value realizations have eroded.
If I take the dual SIM examples, it was not just about introducing another dual SIM in the market. It was about significantly enhancing that user experience with a dual SIM device. Traditionally, consumers have had to switch off the device, remove the battery to change their second SIM card. Here we gave them an easy swap, which is a door at the side of the phone, where they could just easily exchange the SIM cards without switching it off.
Add to that, with the handset market getting more and more cluttered, differentiation has become quite difficult for local players, and the need for them to invest in R&D has increased significantly. But therein lies the problem. If these homegrown brands invest more in their back end, their entire cost structure goes for a toss, which in turn impacts their key selling point, pricing.
Go forward, we believe in this industry, to sustain yourself, you have to bring relevant innovation every day. Now, the industry will have many players, but the guys who will grow are who bring innovation, relevant innovation, products and services.
If the differentiation is only price and there's no technology innovation, which is a very big differentiator, then I would say any brand would be under a certain amount of pressure on that account. And I would say some of the local players might be facing that issue at this point of time.
The two big growth areas for handsets going forward are in the smartphones and rural markets. And unfortunately, both these areas are weak links for homegrown manufacturers in comparison to their global counterparts. Take a look at this. The smartphone segment is growing at a phenomenal rate of 67% in the Indian market. And this segment is currently dominated by Nokia with an almost 40% share, followed by players like Samsung and BlackBerry.
The challenges in terms of getting the entire image of the brand into getting consumers to accept the entire value proposition, even in the smartphone segment. Whatever we offer, consumers have to perceive us to be offering better value, and not only better value but better quality in the products that we offer in the smartphone segment.
While the smartphone market may still largely be an urban phenomenon, the other area where local players have fallen behind is in rural terrains. According to Mart, mobile ownership is increasing among lower SEC segments by as much as 72% in SEC-D and as much as 31% in SEC-E. In these markets again, the dominating force is Nokia, and the second spot is occupied by the unbranded Chinese phones that have started to sell directly in India. The challenge here for the Indian brands is the lack of scale and distribution. With big Chinese brands like Huawei, who have clout and financial backing, making headwinds in the Indian market, the journey for local handset manufacturers is going to get very tough from here on, given that global players like Panasonic and Siemens fail to survive in the handset space. One thing's for certain, the dream run for the Micromaxes, Carbons and Spices of the world is definitely over.